Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, my colonoscopy went well. They found one polyp, removed it. They're not concerned. Everything looks normal. The procedure took about an hour. I went in about 9:30, and when I woke up, it was 10:30. So the procedure took about an hour. But let me tell you, the night before, no, not the night, well, the night too, the day before, when I was on liquid, I tried to make a broth. It failed because I put, what did I put in it that changed the taste? I think it was oregano, and it was like, ugh. So I didn't drink it. But I had apple juice. I made apple juice and I drank that. And I start drinking that disgusting big jar of stuff. I drank that. When I tell you, I felt miserable because, you know, every few minutes I was running, you know where to. But other than that, I was mostly concerned of my sugar because I could not take my medication. They told me not to take it, and I was concerned about that. But God is great because, and I'm kind of, because when I don't eat, if sometimes I skip meals, and when I do that, my sugar goes up. But I was pleasantly surprised that I would monitor my sugar just to see how I was doing, and it said it was running 120, 118. It was just like that the whole, which is great. Because whenever I eat, and it doesn't matter vegetable, I'm vegan, so most of my diet consists of vegetable. Let me say this, not because you're vegan mean you eat healthy, because you can do some stuff that you shouldn't do anyway, and I certainly did my portion of it. But um so like in the morning, if I have like zucchini and stuff like that, and I take my sugar shortly after with my coffee, and I'm coming to terms with a lot of stuff. You guys know that I absolutely love coffee. I can't do without it. But, but, I love the coffee creamer, which my daughter is going to get me for this. She's been trying to tell me that coffee creamer is not good, but I love a flavor coffee. I'm going to have to find a way to enjoy coffee without that. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet because I've been doing this for years. But anyway, what was I saying? So the thing is, what the hell was I saying? Yeah. The way that I have to learn to do a lot of stuff differently, because I was kind of surprised how no medication and no food and my blood sugar where I would love to for it to be at all times. Now, it's still a lot of stuff that I have to learn, uh, being a diabetic. I've been diabetic for 11 years now, and I still have to learn a lot of stuff. Excuse me. So what I did was I enrolled myself in a diabetic class that my insurance offer through a diabetic dietitian. And the class starts this month. It starts the 10th. The 10th? The 10th of this month. The first day is for, she get to know what I want to do, assess me and all that stuff. And then the following day, the class starts. It's a 5-day course, 5-day class. And I'm excited to do this, although it's early in the morning and it's in Orlando. And I am on the outside of Orlando, 45 to 50 minutes from Orlando. But this is something that I'm going to have to do. And the traffic, it's not so much the classes in the morning at 9:40. The thing is, the traffic, if you live in Orlando, it's brutal. Brutal. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to have to leave my house for about like 7 in the morning. Oh God, I'm not looking forward to that. That is definitely, I'm not looking forward to it. What I'm going to do sometime this week, I'm going to take a drive out there so that I can get familiar with the area and see if I can, through my GPS, if I can take, back roads. I don't have to deal. I don't know. We'll see how I do that. But anyway, getting back on track. I was surprised that my sugar was like that. Now, when I was living in Georgia and I first was diagnosed with diabetes, and it scared me. It scared me because my sister that passed away, she's 2 years older than me. She was diabetic and she developed it when she was pregnant. She would get diabetes, and then after her pregnancy, it would be normal. She wouldn't have it anymore. And I think I read someplace, somewhere, many years ago, that if you pregnant and develop pregnancy diabetes, and there's a term for it, I can't recall, that eventually you get diabetes. And this is exactly what happened to her. She developed diabetes, and she had a type of diabetes that's called uncontrollable, which her sugar was always in a 700 and 500. And, she was an insulin. Now, I'm not an insulin. I take 2 diabetes medication. I'm not happy about that. And yeah, when I was in Georgia, I was only taking one triglyceride, and I was taking it 2 milligram. That was it. 2 milligram twice a day. And my sugar was somewhat controlled. I was going to the gym 3 times a week after work. I was still working. I was going to the gym 3 times a week and eating. First, I started being a pescatarian. I was eating fish and vegetable. That's how I started out as a pescatarian. Eventually, I got tired of it was so much, I got tired of the fish, and I just went vegan, just plain vegan. And so my doctor would say, my doctor that I had for many, many, many years, I absolutely love her because she was not a pill pusher. She knew me. She knew that I did not like to be prescribed pills for just any reason. And like I said, the only thing that I have, my cholesterol is good. Everything is good except from diabetic. And she would say to me, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because I was doing good. Now, when I retired and moved to Florida, wait 1 second. I moved to Florida, to be exact, the 27th of December of 2019. When I moved to Florida, when I decided, before that I was traveling back and forth looking for property to buy in Florida. And when I decided, look, because every time I come to Florida, and the property that I had, my realtor would show me, FaceTime me and show me these properties, and I go, I want to see this one, I want to see that one. And a lot of time the one that I was interested in, when by the time I get here, it was had a, somebody was put an offer on it, and so I would miss out on that. So eventually, after traveling back and forth so many times, I decided to, hey, let me just go ahead and move. This is before the pandemic. Let me go ahead and move, that I'm here, I can rent, and then rent for a year. And then that would give me the opportunity to get familiar with the area and see exactly where I want to move. So I did that. I moved here, and shortly after, like 3 months after the pandemic, because I think the pandemic started in March of 2020, and everything was shut down. So I couldn't see anything else. And I fell off track with my diet. Not diet so much, because I was still vegan, but I fell off track with my exercise because nobody could go anywhere. It was shut down. And, so everything was off, fell off. And after they gave the okay to come back out, and that the realtor, they start showing property again, although COVID was still going on, but it was, I think it was getting better, because they allow people to go out, of course, with your mask. And I would go to some property, and one particular property I remember I went to, it was, the house is beautiful on the outside, and I thought, because I told my realtor, I need to see a house that I actually like the outside as much as I like the inside. And so this particular house is beautiful, and I was so eager to see inside, because I saw pictures of it on the internet that she showed me, that they posted, and it was beautiful, and I wanted to see it. Unfortunately, when we got there, they called us and said we couldn't see it because the family had COVID, so I couldn't see that. And that was it. But anyway, I was saying off track. So by the time things settle now, and I'm seeing another doctor, and I'm still searching for doctors. Okay. The first thing she did was um put me on metformin. I think it's called metformin, which I read a bunch of stuff. Really, I don't like it. And I'm looking for something else. Um, I'm looking for a natural remedy, because I want to get off of that medication. I heard a lot of negative, and I read a lot of negative things about it. And every time I take it, I have, you know, I feel some kind of way. But my thing is, and this is not for you, not for anyone. This is my personal journey, my personal feelings, the way that I feel about medication. I I am not telling anybody not to take their med. Please take your med, but do your research. Also, find a doctor that you can absolutely trust. And the doctor that I had in Georgia, I absolutely trust her. She also moved to Florida, but she's in, for what I understand, she is in Fort Lauderdale area. Fort Lauderdale is about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours from me. So that's a bit to for me to go there, and I'm not sure if she would also accept my insurance. But it's just too far for me to travel to go and see her, on a regular basis or whatever. But I will put her name in the description, because I'm telling you, if you in that area, she is such a good doctor. She's such a good doctor. And you know how some doctors, they come immune your feelings, and she's not like that. She is very personal. I remember she was also my mother's doctor. I remember when my mother passed away and I had to see her, and we embraced and she hugged me so tight. We both cried. And she was, giving me my condolence. And she's such a personal person, and she's so sweet. She's from Jamaica. I think she's Jamaican and Japanese. Somewhere in her family is Japanese, because her name is Shirley, Dr. Shirley de LaMotta Mori. I will put her full name in a description, because if you're in that area and you are looking for a good doctor, that woman is it. Anyway, other than that, talking about medication, because let me tell you, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not in the medical field whatsoever, but this is the way I feel. And I have my reasons for feeling this way. I feel that the cure for diabetes is there. I feel the cure for cancer is there. The cure for all disease is there. Well, yeah, for most diseases there. I'm not going to, for maybe all, but certain things that, you can't control, like, disable or something like that. Maybe you can't control that. But diseases and, sickness, I believe the cure is there. I think the pharmaceutical company is making a killing and keeping us the way we're keeping us, because this medication that I'm taking, I'm doing some research. That's all I can say, because I'm not happy with them. I question them, but I don't have anything to replace it. I am not brave enough to stop taking them. But I don't necessarily trust them. When I first, let me say, when I was in Georgia, I was taking one medication. I said that, right? When I moved here to Florida, and yeah, my habits and everything changed because of COVID, and things went off, and I've been struggling to get back on track with this. But let me tell you, I am on all this well, I'm on two diabetes medication, two. And I am on blood pressure medication, but it's not because I have blood pressure, I don't. But it's to control. It says to, it's kind not control, it's to like avoid. It helps um with, heart or stroke. So I'm on a very low doses of um medication for blood pressure. Other than that, I take vitamin B, and um yeah, that's it. I used to take vitamin C. I stopped taking vitamin C because I was on D, vitamin D3. That's the one that you take once a week. I was on that for about 6 months because my vitamin D was low. So I was not, so after that, it went up, and my doctor said, don't take the vitamin D, you know, right now. So I will start taking it again, but maybe like twice a week, something like that. But anyway, but other than that, that's what I'm on. Now, I would say, when I say I'm not brave enough to do, like, stop certain medication, I'm not. But I have a cousin, and she lives in Canada, and she was diagnosed with cancer over 20 years ago. And they wanted to put her on chemo and radiation, and she refused. She refused. Instead, she went to a herbal doctor, doctors that deal in, natural stuff. And she went to this one in Canada. As a matter of fact, you know, she's still, I think she was living here at first and she moved to Canada. She went to this herbal doctor in Canada, and it's been more than 20 years and she does not have cancer. Now, I am not that brave. I'm not that brave. I wish I was, but I'm not that brave to just, I don't think I'm that brave. If I was to ever diagnose with cancer, God forbid, I wish I was that brave, but I don't know if I could take that route, the route that she took. Anyway, I'm going to stop preaching about this because, hi guys, this is the way I feel about this. And, you can give me your experience. Like I said before, what happened to my mom and what I saw happen to her with all the medication that they had her on. And I always read up on all these medication. This doctor that when I first moved here has put me on a whole bunch of medication for this and for that. And I'm like, why are you putting me on this? There's nothing wrong with cholesterol. This is the next thing she put me in, cholesterol medication. And I'm like, why are you putting me on cholesterol medication? My cholesterol is fine. I didn't take it. But I got rid of her because she was crazy. She was definitely a pill pusher. And I don't know. No, I didn't take it. I had a whole bunch of medication that I had, and I just totally got rid of them. And I'm no. So this doctor that I have now, I let her know, don't do this because I don't like that. I don't like to put me in all these medication. So, she's kind of listening to what I say. So, but anyway, I'm not going to say though that if anything push come to shove and I need something, I wouldn't take it. Like when I had my knee replacement. Now, knee replacement, I think, is one, and my doctor said the same thing. It's one of the most painful surgery that you can have. And he told me I would be in pain for 2 weeks. The medication that he put me on, I forgot what it was, but it's like heavy narcotic. He says it's not going to take away the pain, it'll just take the edge. I was in pain for 3 weeks. Week 1, I took the medication and I did not like the way that it made me feel. My speech was blurry and I was not so conscious. I didn't like it. So I took myself off. So when I went to see him for a follow-up, and he go, oh, you need another dose of this. I said, no, I'm not taking it. I said, no, I don't need it. I'm not taking it. So he stopped. You look at me like, what do you mean you're not taking it? Are you in pain? I said, yes, I'm in pain. But I did not like how that medication made me feel. And so I stopped taking it. He said, do you want something else? I said, no. He goes, are you in pain? I said, yes. What I'm doing is I'm icing my knee. And ice works beautifully. Let me tell you. When I went to therapy and they torture me, literally torture my knee, they torture me. And this is a funny thing. When I went to therapy, there were like, it's a big open space and all these little beds that you sat on. And my therapist was like, she was a little lady, like maybe 150 pounds, but she was tiny. And I saw there were like men in there crying. What was I doing? When that little lady got on the stretcher with me, she got on top of the stretcher because, after your knee replacement, your knee kind of bend, you got to push it down. She got on top of the stretcher with me and literally got on my knee. I saw stars flashing everywhere. I start laughing. But that was a nervous tick because I don't cry, I laugh. And so she was like, She looked at me, you're not in pain. I'm like, yeah, and I'm laughing. And people are looking at me laughing. And she said, she said, no, because there were guys crying. And she said, no, this is a nervous laugh. This is not a laugh, happy laugh. But anyway, and then after that, after she tortured me, she'll bring this big bag of ice and just bag. And it was put on my knee, and what a relief. I was like, oh my God. I said, can I buy this ice and this bag? And she said, yeah, we sell it $25. I says, I want it. That was the way that I handled my pain. I just iced it. But anyway, other than that, oh, yesterday also. Yesterday when I got home, I was out of it, right? And I only wanted to eat something and then go to bed. So I fixed something to eat and I went to bed. And my daughter called me. She must have thought, what is up with my mom? Because she called me and I didn't recognize her voice. I keep saying, who is this? And she keep telling me her name. I said, who is this? Who is this? And she go, Mom! And it kind of snapped me out or whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I just had my colonoscopy and I'm sleepy. And she said, okay, Mom, I'll talk to you later. So when I woke up, I called her. I remember, I'm like, girl, I said, you must have thought your mom was losing it. She goes, I was like kind of wondering what was going on with you because you did not recognize my voice. I guess that's why the doctor told me not to make any decisions. Any decisions, do not make it. Wait until the next day to make my decisions. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you enjoy my video. I hope it's informative. If you have your own journey of whatever you have, if you have diabetes, I would love to hear from you and what you're doing and, just share information. Like I said, I'm going to this class. I don't know if they're going to let me record it. I'm going to try, even if I don't show but I'm going to try and see if they let me record it, I would record it. It's going to be an hour, so I'm not going to record a whole hour of that, but portion of it. We'll see what happened there. And, so please thumbs up my video. Please share and leave comments. Please leave comments because you know that I love comments. I love to read and interact with you guys and get this little village of mine with all of my subscribers. We are still a small channel, we baby channel, but hopefully I pray that we grow and bring in more subscribers like you guys, because you guys are great. I mean, very positive. I may have a small channel, but I have a small channel of very positive ladies, mostly ladies, but some men, and I thank you for that. And I will see you on my next channel. I'm juicing. I made juice tonight. No, because yesterday I juiced some chayote, lemon, and I put an apple in there to kind of give it a little sweetness, and just not the chayote and the lemon. And it was good. I mean, it's not sweet, but it was good. But I wanted to mix some cucumber, and I think I have a recipe for cucumber. It's supposed to eliminate the the fat in your stomach. So I may record that if I decide to do it tonight later. You may see, if you see me in the same outfit, it's because I did it tonight. So anyway, with that said, thank you very much for listening to me. This video is kind of long. I try not to make this so long, but hey, it is what it is. I hope everybody's doing well. Have a great day and a good weekend. And I'll see you on my next video. Kisses. Bye.